What's good? What's good? It's the one, the only, but what do I know? Boxing coming back at y'all with some kind of bizarre news, man. Looks like Ivan Redkach will not be fighting. Well, it looks like Adrien Broner will not be fighting Ivan Redkach. Ivan Redkach is officially pulled out of the fight, and instead they are replacing the fight with Hank Lundy from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. A lot of y'all know Hank Lundy as a veteran, man. You know, he done been in the ring with Terrence Crawford, Victor Paul, all them, bro. And had bad blood with Terrence Crawford today. Man, so without further ado, man, let me first get into the reason why Ivan Redkach is pulling out, and then we'll talk about Adrien Broner versus Hank Lundy. You know, I gotta give y'all my opinion, so y'all stay tuned. So, shout out to Boxing News 24. It says, Adrien Broner's opponent, Ivan Redkach, says he's done with boxing, fight in jeopardy. Adrien, the problem Broner's opponent, Ivan Redkach, for his February 25th fight, posted a cryptic tweet today talking about being done with boxing and how mean people wreck things for boxers. Wow. Redkach, 23-6 with 18 knockouts, didn't say who these people are, but it sounds like someone is preventing him from taking the fight. It's unclear if it's a management situation or a network issue getting in the way of the 36-year-old Redkach fighting Broner. If it's a contract problem, that would explain why he might not be able to fight. If Redkach cannot fight, BLK Prime will need to step on the gas to find a replacement for the former 4-division world champion Broner to fight February 25th at the Gateway Center Arena in College Park, Georgia. The good news is that it shouldn't be a challenge to find a willing replacement for Redkach because he isn't a highly rated contender or a super popular guy that is impossible to replace on a month's notice. If you're BLK Prime, the hardest part of finding a replacement is to get someone that isn't a little too good, that they'll easily defeat the washed-up 33-year-old Broner in his first fight of the lucrative 3-fight contract with their company. Wow, damn, that's crazy. The last thing BLK wants is for Broner to be trounced by a mediocre bottom feeder level contender in his February 25th fight, because then they'd have an impossible time trying to sell his next 2 fights on pay-per-view. There are a lot of mean people in boxing who ruin the life of boxers and break their dream. It hurts me. I'm done with boxing. I was loyal to boxing when a boxer has his hands tied, he cannot fight. Thank you very much, BLK, for the opportunity. I was hurt, stole on my dream fight of my life. Boxing is my life. I came to the boxing gym when I was 6. Thanks to my fans, I let my team down. My family, my fans, you were all waiting for this fight. It's not my fault. It happened. Excuse me. So, man, that sucks, man. That really sucks that this is going on. So, unfortunately, this is the business side that we don't really get to hear nor talk about a lot, because it's the behind-the-scenes things that, see, a lot of people think that boxing is just, hey, I want to fight you. Hey, I want to fight you. All right, let's fight. Let's get it together. But it's so many things in the background that can prevent a fight from happening. I mean, come on, bro. We've just seen it recently with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. It's just so many things that go on in the background. There's so many ducks that got to be in line and in order to make a fight happen. So, I mean, whatever it is that Ivan Redkach is going through, man, I hope that, well, it seems like he's done with boxing. I guess he's fed up and tired of it. So now we're focusing on Hank Lundy. Again, I've seen this dude since I was about since about 2014, my bad. And he's game. He's decent. He comes to fight. He definitely comes to fight. But let's speak on this transition with Adrien Broner versus Hank Lundy now. Oh, shout out to BoxingScene.com. It says Hank Lundy replaces Ivan Redkach to face Adrien Broner on February 25th in Atlanta. It says, due to circumstances out of the control of BLK Prime, Ivan Redkach, who was intended to fight Adrien Broner in a 10-round welterweight main event on February 25th, will now be replaced with hammering Hank Lundy. Broner versus Lundy taking place in the Gateway Center in Atlanta, Georgia, will broadcast worldwide on BLK Prime pay-per-view for $39.99. More details, including ticket sales and undercard bouts, will be announced at a later date. Broner, the former four-weight world champion and Cincinnati native, is known for his bold and confident style. He's a fan favorite that always put on the show. I don't know if he's a fan favorite, but yeah, he definitely, well, I don't even know if he always puts on the show, but you know, let him keep going. Anyways, I'm glad they found a worthy opponent replacement in Hank Lundy, said Broner, from his training camp in South Florida. Unfortunately, Redkach had to pull out, but I'm ready for whoever they put in front of me. This is the AB show, and I'm on a mission to bust up everyone in my way. Hank Lundy is in trouble, and I'm going to put a beating on him. Lundy, hailing from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, is a seasoned veteran, having to fought Terrence Crawford, Jose Zepeda, which I think one of them. He fought somebody recently that he lost, and I thought he won that fight. I have to look that up. And Victor Postal. He's been in the ring with some of the best fighters in the world and always comes to fight. Fighting Broner is something I've envisioned for a long time, and now the opportunity has presented itself to me, stated Lundy. Broner has established himself as one of the best fighters in the world, but he hasn't been active, so I'm going to take full advantage of his inactivity. Everyone knows that I will fight anyone, and the big names run from me. So I'm telling everyone right now, I'm going to beat the out of this can man. Okay, okay, tough talk. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, the press conference for this is gonna be pretty lit. Both of these guys talk a lot of trash, and for y'all that don't know, Adrien Broner and Hank Lundy even used to spar each other. Okay. Yeah, back when Broner was, actually, fighting at 135, they used to spar each other. And I remember seeing a clip. Obviously, to me, I'm just, I'm giving my opinion. I think Adrien Broner obviously got the better of the spar between those two, because I remember Hank Lundy, they showing a clip of Hank Lundy. He was like, man, that was a bull-ish mouthpiece, and you know it. That was a bull, man, I couldn't do nothing. That was a bull, you know what I'm saying? So, and AB was like, I had the same kind of mouthpiece. So obviously that indicates that Adrien Broner kind of got off on Hank Lundy. So I'm definitely I'm assuming that AB got the, like I said, got the better of the spar. But anyways, nevertheless, bro, I think this is gonna be a much more entertaining press conference, at least, than Redkach, because the Redkach press conference was just terrible. That was probably the most boring Adrien Broner press conference I've ever seen. These two, as y'all heard in the article, man, they're already talking ish to each other, bro. So it looks like it makes for a good fight. It makes for an entertaining fight, nevertheless. I'm trying to remember who it was that Hank Lundy just fought, bro. That he really should have won the fight, or he did very good. From what I remember, he did very good, but they gave it to the other guy. And I think that might have been Jose Zepeda. I think that was Jose Zepeda. But again, man, Hank Lundy definitely comes to fight. Now, Hank Lundy has the record of 31-12 with like 14 knockouts. He's only been stopped 3 times. I know one was against John Molina, the other was against Terrence Crawford. I can't remember who else he got stopped by. But the crazy thing about it is, now I don't know if they're gonna go ahead and drop this fight, but Hank Lundy actually has a fight lined up against a guy named Ernesto Mercado or whatever for February 4th. And then obviously they're talking about, he's gonna fight Adrien Broner February 25th. I don't know if he's gonna drop the fight with Ernesto or if that fight is gonna continue, but it's funny because he already has a fight lined up. So that's kind of weird. But again, I guess you got to keep the ball moving. So overall, like I said, I mean, I think this makes for an interesting fight. Matter of fact, they're probably gonna cancel that fight with him and Ernesto because you're risking a lot. What if you get cut in that fight? You get cut, you get knocked out. If it's just anything can happen. So, Ernesto's like 8-0. He's a up and coming prospect. But so I don't know. Maybe they can cancel that fight. But nevertheless, I think Adrien Broner versus Hank Lundy makes for an entertaining press conference at the least and an entertaining matchup. Let me know what you guys think. Who are you picking to win? Like, comment, subscribe. But What do I know?